right, what's going on, guys? Kenny here from 619 Guitars and Gear. You're probably wondering why you're just staring at a black mat. Well, today's going to be a little bit of a different video. Just a little filler video, I guess, in between other videos. Something I found while cleaning and thought we can maybe do something a little bit different. I've mentioned a few times throughout making videos that basically from 2008 up until 2 years ago, I worked at a music venue. I started off basically as like a loader. So you load in, unload the bus trailer or tractor trailer in the morning and set all the band gear up. Then, do the opposite the nighttime, put it all away. And then from there, I went on to be like a assistant LD, which is assistant lighting designer, and then basically took that position on full time. And then, the venue was called The Chance, and there was a couple venues in one building. So there was the Loft, which is a smaller venue. It was like a couple hundred people cap venue. I did sound in that venue for a little while and did lights at The Chance, sometimes both in one night. I don't know how that worked, but The Chance was like 1,000 cap room. But basically, The Chance, super old building. I'm sure you can look up the history on it. It's called The Chance Theater. But yeah, many, many years of meeting bands and, meeting a lot of cool people, meeting a lot of idiots and a-holes, and I don't collect too much stuff besides guitars, honestly. But one thing I have collected over the years is guitar picks. So I figured, why not make a little video and go over, some of my cooler picks that I've collected throughout all the years, because I do have a lot of them. And yeah, there's a couple other things in here that I want to show you. And we'll just have a different fun time here. So let's open this up. Pardon me if I sound sick. It's that time of year. As always, I'm always sick. So this thing on top here is actually pretty funny. I'm sure you guys know who John 5 is. So obviously Manson, Rob Zombie, he's with the Crew right now. He did his own, solo thing for a while and touring around. Then he came to The Chance a couple times, and he would have like a pretty theatrical show, which is pretty cool. But he would come out with like this LED mouthpiece thing in his mouth, and you probably think it's pretty gross. But at the end of the night, I decided I'm going to take that. He just threw it on the floor. So I put some gloves on, put it in the package, and took that thing home. So I have John 5's mouthpiece that lights up. It's pretty funny. So we have that. And we just have some passes and stuff now. Also, from like 2006, before I started working at The Chance, I was a loader at a place called the Civic Center. And that was a bigger venue. A lot of floor space, big stage, bleachers and stuff. And yeah, I have some passes from that. These aren't all my passes. I have a lot of stuff, set lists and autographs and stuff put away. But we got Caesar. I'm sure you guys remember them. The pass from that. Dierks Bentley, country singer. K104, Not So Silent Night. Third Day. I don't remember. I think they were like gospel or something. I don't really remember what they were. REO Speedwagon. It's pretty cool to have that. Good Charlotte and Boys Like Girls. That was a really long time ago. Bret Michaels. And then Dierks Bentley again. This was actually March 18th, 2006. This was my very first show that I've ever worked being a loader. So that's pretty cool that I still have that. And then I don't know how this got in here. This is actually pretty funny, because I feel like he's all over the internet right now, and it's actually kind of sad. But this is a Frankie Valli set list. I'm sure you guys know who Frankie Valli is. he's kind of all over the internet right now because he's pushing, I don't know how old he is exactly, but he's pretty up there. And he's kind of just lip syncing, and he kind of just looks like a robot, to be honest. And it's kind of sad. But this was a while ago. And when I worked this show, he was healthy and a lot younger and was still singing and kicking. And it was actually a really, really good show. If you don't know who this is, I'm sure your mom or dad does. But that was a long time ago. I remember meeting him. He was a super nice dude. And then we got the guitar picks. So hopefully this is all in focus. We'll keep that for later. Now I have these kind of separated. I have a lot of doubles and triples and, a lot of local bands or regional bands. Some of these aren't really too important. But in this bag I have the more important ones, I should say. So we'll go through those. Hopefully we're in focus here. But man, a lot of fun years, a lot of hard work, and a lot of bull crap dealt with too. Just make sure we're in focus here. There we go. So yeah, I have a lot. We'll go through this little package first because these are some cool ones that I kind of put in a little container. Let's see here. Oh, there goes that one. Where'd that go? There we go. I got it. So we got Children of Bodom, and I'm sure you know who this is. This is actually an Alexi Laiho pick. He has since passed away, obviously. What's cool about this is I have the Alexi Laiho Signature LTD that I did the crackle paint job on. It's one of my more popular series of videos, but it's really cool to have this pick for sure. We have a Twisted Sister pick. I'm not sure whose signature that is. This is JJ. I'm not really sure. Can't really read that. But I got Twisted Sister pick, which is awesome. Got a Dio pick. Got a couple of these actually. Me and a guy that I used to work with, I would always, get him picks if he wasn't on stage that night. And same vice versa. If he was on stage and I wasn't, he would get me picks, or we would trade. Because his pick collection makes mine look like microscopic. But we got a bunch in here. We got Hinder. I'm sure you guys remember them. Misfits, which is pretty cool. You guys definitely know who that is. Under Oath. I really like these picks. They kind of got like an indentation in them with some grip. I should buy a couple of these. These are really nice. Under Oath. They're still around, I believe. You got Attila, Franz, and those guys. Skid Row. That's definitely a pretty cool pick to have. I believe this was Guar. This was the original lineup before people started passing away. I worked for them a couple times. We got Sleeping with Sirens. They're still around, I believe. And then I have A Day to Remember. I feel like out of all my picks, I have the most A Day to Remember picks. I just found a lot of them that day. I worked for them, I think, twice. So we have a couple of those. Here's another one right here. Day to Remember. I have doubles and triples of everything. I Empire. I feel like I kind of remember them, but not really. And then to go with the John 5 mouthpiece, we have a bunch of John 5 picks. This one's got a little funny guy in the back. I'm not sure who that is. I feel like it looks familiar, but I just don't remember his name. And then on the back it has his face on it, which is really cool. So that's pretty cool. We have those picks. Then we have a couple of these Seven Dust Clint Lowery picks. Lowery, I can't really say that, but these are really cool. It says Seven Dust Cletus. And so it's pretty cool having those picks. I don't know if those glow in the dark. I think they do, yeah. So that's cool. We have Jamie Johnson. He's kind of like a country rock singer, I believe. I remember working for him. Actually, that show, I remember I had all my lights set up and everything. And their tour manager came in and told me he wanted me to take the gels out of half of my par cans, which par cans are just basically a giant lamp with has like a plastic gel at the end of it to make the the light a different color, and I guess Jamie doesn't really like colored lights, so I basically had to take all the gels out of all my lights and just make them white. And he didn't tell me this until like 10 minutes till the show started, so I had to get the ladder out, and I had a little stick that I would put tape on the end and just kind of stick it to the gel and pull it out of the par can, so I didn't have to, go too crazy. But I just remember that. It's a memory that sticks out for sure. Coal Chamber, sure you remember them. They're old school. I don't know. I think they're still around. Long Live the Chariot. Oh my God. You might not be a fan of their music if you've heard of them, but let me tell you, they have one heck of a stage performance. Those guys are absolutely wild on stage. Got some Everlast, Queensryche. I did Queensryche a bunch of times. What the heck is this singer's name? Jeff something. I can't. His last name is kind of slipping from me right now, but he's kind of not the nicest person in the world. This is Overkill. I'm sure you guys know who that is. Buckcherry, Trivium. Actually, what's his face is a YouTuber. He has a pretty popular YouTube channel. This is Corey, but Matt Heafy. I think I have a couple Matt Heafy pics in here too. What's cool is they put like these razor blade slashes in here to give it some grip, and it's actually pretty cool feeling. And then we have I have a bunch of these crossfade pics. Now, I'm sure if you watch Rockfeed or any kind of music news channel, you'll see that Crossfade's apparently making some kind of comeback, which is awesome. I worked for these guys, and I have to say they probably hold the record for being the nicest, most genuine, coolest band I've worked for. These guys were definitely really, really cool. They loaded in their own gear. They set up their own stuff. I think they maybe had one tech with them, but they were just super humble and super cool. For all those sleeping, we got a couple of Powerman 5000. That's old school. A couple of Powerman 5000 picks. Got Attack. It's pretty cool. And Michael Supa. He's from Alice in Chains, I believe. King's X. So definitely have a crazy collection going on here. Pantera. Dimebag Darrell. Now I got this one. These are one of the picks I got on a trade. I didn't actually work this show. I'm not exactly sure where this came from. My buddy that I trade picks with. Blackstone Cherry, Saliva. I think they're still around. I'm sure you guys know who Saliva is. Abandon All Ships. They're old school emo band. I shouldn't say emo band. They're kind of like emo new metal, I guess you can say. These guys, I used to like their music. Some of it was okay. I just remember them coming in, and they were pretty big prima donnas, which I hate to say, but they just kind of were disrespectful and full of themselves, and that kind of turned me off of liking those guys. Theory of a Dead Man. I feel like same with them. These guys weren't the nicest of people. I don't know what this is. It has a symbol on it. It's kind of slipping my mind. This, I know what this is. This is a Whitechapel pick. These guys were really cool. Definitely was a great show. And all these picks, most of the 98% of these picks, I worked these shows. Like I said, there might be one or two in here that I traded for. State champs. We got another Attack. This is a Good Charlotte pick, which is awesome. Used to be a huge Good Charlotte fan back in the day. Hinder. Oh, there goes that one. Went for a ride. The Wonder Years. This is Evans Blue. Pierce the Veil. So this Fuel pick is pretty funny. That's the singer Brett Scallion. So I have a funny story with him. I did a couple acoustic shows with him in the smaller venue at the Loft, and then he played at the Chance a couple times. Well, it's funny because he had bought his son one day on stage during sound check, and his son had this little dinosaur toy. And I don't know why I remember this story, but his son ended up leaving the dinosaur toy, and we put it to the side. Me and my buddy Billy, who worked with me, he's my best friend. We had found it. We put it to the side in case he came back for it, and I didn't really see him the rest of the night. And lo and behold, we kept it. We held on to this thing, and a couple of years later, they had came back through, and we made it a mission to give this little dinosaur back to Brett, and we did, and he was so happy. He was like, "I can't believe you guys remembered that," and ended up giving us hugs, and he was just so grateful, and it was so funny over a little dinosaur toy. He's like, that was my son's favorite toy. His son was like a toddler at the time, but he was like, "That's my son's favorite toy," and we were kind of trying to figure out what happened to it. We couldn't find it, and he was all bummed out, and he wouldn't go to sleep, and it was just really funny. So that's definitely a story that sticks out with Fuel. You got POD. I got a bunch of these POD picks, actually. Chicago, another Fuel pick. If you don't know who Chicago is, your parents probably do. Chiodos. I don't know if they're still around. We used to call them Cheetos. You got Killswitch Engage. I got a bunch of these Killswitch picks, actually. That was a really good show. Adam D is definitely one of my bigger influences on guitar for sure. We have Unearth. This is a Ken Susi pick. Ken Susi's the man. Another one of my guitar influences. He was in As I Lay Dying when this whole drama thing, happened with Tim. So, and I think he still is with, a brand manager for Fishman. Black Star Riders, Flotsam and Jetsam. Who's this? Craig Morgan. Saving Abel. Oh my God. Every Time I Die. AFI. And then this is another Killswitch pick. So there's a bunch of other picks mixed in here. You got Alisana, and this is the Offspring. That's pretty cool. That was a pretty good show. I feel like there's some Ted Nugent picks in here. Yeah, there's so many to go through. This video would be so long, but and then I have this pick. Now, this one's kind of weird for me. So this one says Dimebag Darrell says old school metal rules, and this was given to me by none other than Grady Champion, which was Dime's Tech, and I don't remember what show it was, what he was even doing there. I don't know if he was like filling in for somebody, but it was so long ago. I do remember his name being Grady, and I was kind of like his right-hand man for the day, just helping him set up, the guitar rig and everything, and I just don't remember what show it was, because as far as I know, I feel like he only really toured with Pantera and then Damage Plan, and then now he's with like the Pantera reunion thing or whatever you want to call that. But I do know that his name was Grady, and I can picture him in my head, and he looks exactly like Grady Champion that you would see, being Dimebag's Tech. But this one's kind of a mystery, but I will keep this one forever. He definitely grabbed my hand. He put it in my hand. And he said, "You have to promise me you'll never get rid of this." And it was definitely after Dime was no longer with us. And yeah, it's kind of cool to have this pick. I stupidly put a hole through it and made like a necklace out of it. But it's something cool to have. I'll keep it forever for sure. And yeah, that's mostly it. I have a bunch of other stuff put away, but this video would be so long. It's already 20 minutes long, way longer than I wanted it to be. But yeah, I figured I'd show you guys this little collection here. So yeah, just a little filler video, I guess. Something I thought was pretty cool. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe, be a good person, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.